So, here we are once again, live, second time tonight, doing a movie club in the movie library. Because I kind of did promise it to you guys. I did mention that I would, if I could, go into my BFI and some other stuff. So I have a few BFI. Also thought, since I don't normally get a chance to talk about this company, I'll show you a bit of my network releases as well. I'll talk a bit about kind of like my wish list for certain companies. And I will also be going on and talking a bit about like maybe some Vincent stuff as well. So if you're in for that, welcome to the movie club. I'm Aaron. Please speak up because this thing only works with the cooperation of you guys. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm going to start with the BFI stuff. I'm going to start with the I'll start with the DVDs, because I have many more DVDs for BFI than I do have Blu-rays. But that's because when I went to London, the BFI Film Festival was going on. And the one cool thing about that is that you are such a silly kitty cat. Whenever the BFI Film Festival goes on in London, usually FOP and HMV have kind of a thing where they sell a lot of their DVDs specifically for really, really cheap. You usually see the display around the counter area when you're going there, kind of like, you know, where impulse buys and stuff are going to be. And these were kind of like that. So I'm going to go into some of these. Some of them I'm going to dive deeper into others. The best way that this works, if you're new, is if you see something that interests you, feel free to mention it, ask any questions about it. If I know, I'll answer. Some of these things, it's been a while since I've seen them. Some of these I've been like kind of squirreling away to watch at a specific time. So the first one is by Alain Rob Grillet. Not great with the French name pronunciation. And if there's anybody here that knows it, feel free to speak up. Then this is the Trans-Europe Express. Now, this one here, I know this one came out through, I'm pretty sure that Kino put this one out. And Kino put this one out under their Redemption label. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Redemption label. So these here, and the things with these things here is there are actual features on these. These are not like just like bare bones releases. This one here is like the fully uncut, you know, uncensored presentation of the film. There's a 32-minute interview with the director on here. There's also like again a 6-minute introduction and a feature-length commentary by Tim Lucas. And if you're familiar with a lot of like the Mary Bava releases, and specifically with a lot of the kind of the Tim Lucas stuff that he does with Kino, especially, and a lot of Arrow releases. Tim Lucas, of course, you know, he did the magazine there as well, but he's known for his commentaries and them for being like really good. You don't get like a dry Tim Lucas commentary. It's usually full of like chock full of knowledge and information and just interesting stuff. So, actually, really interested to. I don't think I've watched this one yet since I got it. I know I've seen this one years ago. But since I got it, I don't think I've watched this release of it. So this is the film right here. This is the DVD of it. I see we're losing some people already. You guys are so quiet tonight. That really bothers me, because usually by now there's at least one person saying hi. So please do not be shy. My cat is not shy in the background. That's my cat's name is Bruno, by the way. I have 3 cats. If you're new to the channel, I'm an animal lover. So next up, this one is a documentary, and this one I did watch, but it's been a while. That's Night Mail. There's actually a lot of good features on some of these BFI releases. This one here had extra like kind of short films on it, like The Way to the Sea, features verse by Auden and music by Britten. We got like Spotlight on the Night Mail on here as well. 30 Million Letters, Night Mail 2, an updated version of this of the documentary, and there's like a kind of a booklet in here, so you get like a And just to give you kind of an idea, like, of the type of stuff they do, this one, like, was written by Blake Morrison, the booklet was, but this is basically a documentary on the traveling postal service. You wouldn't think it would be like something that'd be interesting or fun to watch, but it actually really is. It's actually a really good documentary. I'm feeling very much like I'm talking to myself, and that's kind of awkward. So I'm not quite sure how long this video is going to last. I'm going to try it, but usually we do have a bunch of people in there by now, and there's usually a lot of talking, so there's stuff to bounce off of. This isn't the norm for me. So if you're coming in for the first time, I do apologize. Normally, the movie club is talking and to each other and like asking questions by now, and yeah, there's a bit of awkwardness to this video, so I'm not even gonna lie. Bill Forsyth's The Sinking Feeling. It's a comedy that I definitely do recommend. It's done back in the days in the this is a 70s one. Basically zero, like, no budget of this film at all, but it's a really fun film. A lot of features on here as well. We got like a documentary, a feature-length documentary on here. This is on a DVD, right? Feature-length documentary. There's a bunch of like short films on here as well. If you don't know what that's The Sinking Feeling is, definitely it's something to look into. And it's pretty much about like two unemployed people, and trust me, it was like, it hit hard at the time. Now this one here is by Jean-Luc Godard, and this is one I'll definitely upgrade down the road, because I really do like this movie. And this is The Outsiders, or more commonly known as Band Apart, with Anna Karina. This is a fantastic film. If you've never seen it, I do recommend it. I do like this one. It's a really good Godard film. This one here does have some amazing features on it as well. There's like A to Z, including a specially commissioned video interview with Anna Karina, on-set footage, Quentin Tarantino on the dance sequence, which is very influential with Pulp Fiction. With Pulp Fiction, if you've ever seen this movie and you know Pulp Fiction, then you know what we're talking about. Interview with the cinematographers on here. Just some incredible stuff, and not like a big booklet, but there is like a small like BFI catalog, which is kind of cool. I love these here things. Whenever you get like a release, especially if you get like an older release where they'd have like, where they'd show like catalogs, like movie catalogs, I always keep those in the releases, because it's really cool to look back on. It's a snapshot at a time when this thing was more common. You don't see that very often in films anymore. You don't like open up a DVD or a Blu-ray and see like the catalog for 2000. Unless you're buying a catalog from like Vinegar Syndrome, you're getting one in your package, that type of thing. Usually you don't like open up a DVD or a Blu-ray and see a catalog in it. But there's like just a little idea of some of the films. These are well like described too. I actually like that. Like, the Humphrey Jennings collection, and they got like a whole like list of films right here. Definitely really great stuff. Godard is really, and Band of Power is actually very accessible. So if you're kind of like, you're not quite sure about like the French New Wave cinema, that actually is a very accessible film. Next up is a classic and my favorite version of this particular tale, and that is Beauty and the Beast, La Belle et la Bête. This, of course, is by Jean Cocteau. Again, the booklet that they put in here is massive. It's actually really, really big, especially for something like this. We're looking at around like at least 40 pages. I'm guessing around like 30, 40 pages. The makeup and the work on like for the Beast back then was incredible. Just look at that. And again, it is so great to be able to take these booklets and actually see like the artwork and the writing and the style that is put into this stuff. It's incredible. And this is like, as it's written here, fairy tales for grown-ups. And this is an amazing still image from this film. If you have never seen the movie, I do recommend it. It's a great film. Here's one that I've been hoping for a long time would get like a really good Blu-ray release. Right now, this is the best version of this Ken Russell film that you're going to find anywhere. And that is The Devils, that with, of course, the great Oliver Reed. If you have never seen The Devils, it's it's definitely like it's for some people it's kind of like shocking the way that was done. Maybe not so shocking nowadays, but again, it's like a great film, like stylistically, visually. This is really Ken Russell is a stylist when it comes to cinema, but he makes some really good stuff. And this is like some people find this kind of a disturbing film, but it's really odd to see. Like we got Vanessa Redgrave in this. Incredible edition of this, and again, I don't know how much I can show this one because I know there's a lot of nudity and stuff for this film, but this is The Devils right here. The booklet on this one runs over 40 pages. And there's a picture of the great Oliver Reed in the film. There's a ton of features on this one. This one actually there's so many, and this is why I always thought this one was going to be a Blu-ray release, because this is a 2 DVD set. It's actually not just one, like there's 2 DVDs on this one here. If you've never seen The Devils, definitely something to look up. Really, really good film. Ton of features. There's audio commentaries, like there's like kind of a short film that talks about like the religious allegories and the fantasy aspects of the film. There's a 48-minute documentary exploring the film's controversial history. On here as well, a 22-minute one on Ken Russell, the director of the film. I've got on-set footage here, and a Q&A done with Ken Russell back in 2012 at the NFT in 2000. So really interesting to check out. Now the next one I'm going to show you is one that I show on my channel every time I get into UK or any type of like BFI releases. This is a must. This is a movie. The next movie I'm going to show you is something that gets my highest recommendation, and I do think that it does belong in every collection in everybody's house. So that's not something that I say lightly when it comes to films. But this is a movie that really, really stuck with me. And hopefully if you see it, it'll stick with you too. What I do recommend, if you see it and you don't know anything about the film, please go in blind. Don't be one of those people that goes online and like wikis it and then reads through the description. It's best for this film to go in kind of blind. It is not at all what you think it's going to be, and the features on here are amazing. I don't mean like just kind of good. They are amazing. And this is one that I do think has a Blu-ray edition as well, and I will be upgrading this one to Blu-ray because this is definitely and probably one of my favorite films. It's definitely in my top 10. So that is honestly that's high praise coming from me for this film, and I'm not gonna lie, and that is Deep End. If you have never seen the movie Deep End, I highly recommend it. This is a great film, just great acting. It does not go where you expect it to go. It goes in some very different directions. I don't even want to say in what way that the film that the film turns. I really don't want to give anything away because it's a real joy. It was a real joy for me to watch this film. I like this movie so much. I watched it. I watched all the features that are on here, and then I rewatched the film again. And that's not something that I do every day, but you'll understand why it's such a big. So because the features on here, there's starting out the making of, I'm gonna butcher this name, Skulamaski's Deep End, which is a feature-length documentary, and 72 minutes long. Watch that. Deep End, the deleted scenes. There's 12 minutes of deleted scenes, like a short documentary exploring the scenes that never made the grade. And Careless Love, which actually stars Jane Asher, and Jane Asher is this girl right here. Beautiful girl, actually. This is a short 10. It's a 10-minute short. It's really good. It's really disturbing, and it's really, really dark. So if you're a fan of like dark cinema, if you like kind of like dark, like some more of the disturbing style of cinema on the cutting edge, definitely check that out. That short may seem more tamer compared to now, but I really don't think it will. It's still, to me anyway, it definitely stands the test of time. Both that film and the short film that's on it. You get the 72-minute documentary as well. So there's a lot of really great stuff on that release, and I cannot cannot say like enough good stuff about Deep End. Check it out. It is a great film from BFI. I think that BFI put it on Blu-ray under their Flipside label. So a few of these that you're seeing right here, right now, probably came out on the Flipside label, just to kind of give you an idea. Now, Dead of Night was a classic kind of like horror anthology from the BBC. Unfortunately, most of it was lost, but there's a few episodes that survived, and I think, pretty sure, right? Anyway, so yeah, the episodes that survived are all here. So this is Dead of Night. A cool one for like, especially around if you're doing like a Halloween type of thing, and you're like say you do the 31 Days of Horror type thing for Halloween. It's always good to have something different to put in there, because everybody's doing Halloween, everybody's doing Friday 13th, everybody's doing Nightmare on Elm Street. March to the beat of your own drummer. Do something different. Go away from the franchises and watch some unique stuff. And Dead of Night is a horror anthology. There's actually 3 stories here. There's The Exorcism, filmed by Don Taylor. Return Flight with Rodney Bennett, done by Rodney Bennett, and A Woman Sobbing, a film by Paul, not going to pronounce his last name. And that one actually stars Anna Massey, who I'm a really big fan of. They have some gallery stills here from some of the missing episodes. There's a downloadable script here for PDF for the missing episodes as well. And as always, there's a fantastic kind of full color booklet. Well, full cover anyway, but full color. Not sure if the inside it will be. But it goes through the the directors. It talks about each of the shorts and how they were conceived. Highly recommended. Dead of Night. If you don't have it, if you've never seen it, and you're an anthology fan, or you say you've got a lot of the Amicus stuff, this isn't one that's got a wraparound or anything like that. These are 3 separate stories because it was meant to be a television series. Definitely check it out. Okay, is this one? Okay, I got to kind of like censor this one a bit. So this is A Successive Sliding of Pleasure, and this is another one by Alain Robbe Grillet. I'll go with Grillet. We'll go with that. Again, there's another interview with him on here, 33 minutes long. There's an introduction, and Tim Lucas is back once again to do the commentary. And I cannot share the inside of this one because the girl on the front is nude on the inside of the cover. So basically, this one here is an erotic drama for one of France's most daring and challenging filmmakers. I got to watch this one actually. Isabella Hubert's in this one, and basic plot line right here: when a girl's found dead, bound to the post of her bed with a pair of scissors impaled on her heart, a young woman, the girl's flatmate, falls under suspicion and is questioned by police and judges, suspected of being a modern witch. That's all you really need to know, isn't it, to get interested in that film here. And I got to say, I really like the covers and the artwork that's done with the BFI releases. Next up is Sleepwalker, and speaking of like really cool artwork, I kind of dig this one. This one is a shorter film, if I remember correctly. Runs like I think it runs around 49 minutes long. But don't think like you're not going to get your bang for your buck when it comes, because this is 49 minutes long. There actually is a 69-minute like feature-length interview with the director of Sleepwalker, which is even longer than the film. There's another film, but they're a 43-minute film, another kind of a horror film. A man experiences the nighttime world that is part nightmare, part sexual fantasy. There's another short film on here called Stepping Out, which originally supported. So basically, if you originally saw like The Tenant, Roman Polanski's The Tenant in the UK theater back in the day when it came out, then you would have seen Stepping Out like right before The Tenant would have shown in the UK cinema. So the way to see, if you have The Tenant and you want to get an authentic UK viewing experience of Roman Polanski's The Tenant, then you grab this DVD first, you put on Stepping Out, and you watch that one before you start on The Tenant. This also has another 50-minute kind of like a film about a writer with a script with 2 struggling actors. Next up is a film by Robert Bresson, and because I don't know French well yet, I'm going to just put it up here. I actually really like this film. I wish you would have had like another booklet in this one. This one doesn't have a booklet. It's just got like the, but it does have like a kind of a catalog. Now the next two that I'm going to show you kind of go together. You can't really have one with, you can have one without the other, but I wouldn't recommend it. And both of these are on the BFI flip side edition. I was hoping to do like a longer video tonight and actually like really get into some stuff, but I'm gonna be honest that it's all you guys are amazing, and I just wish you guys would be more talkative. Okay, that really bothers me. I had to close up my thing because if I didn't, you know, it would be blast the music. So this is Primitive London. This is one of those kind of like those Mondo documentaries that came out back in the day. This one's about London. So this is the follow-up to London in the Raw, which I also have. I probably should have shown that one first. They're very, you know, kind of like tame compared to like kind of a lot of the Mondo style documentaries. Basically, you get like kind of these kind of snippet films. They'll go into like the seedy places of like, you know, the places, you know, that people don't want you to see, don't want you to go to. Like they'll go to bars and beatnik clubs and like strip joints and just like talk to people. And some of this, of course, will be very. It's all really fun. So if you were one of the people that picked up the Mondo releases from Severin recently when they did their Black Friday event, then you cannot be without these films. These are really fun films. There's one here called Pub. It is exactly what you think it is. It's a 15-minute film about a London pub. There's a second cut of the film on here. So there's a 75-minute cut like of London in the Raw, which is the original cut. But there's a 46-minute alternate cut as well on here. We got like the Chelsea Bridge Boys is a 30-minute film about a biker gang. And Strip, which is about a 25-minute film about exactly what you think it's going to be about. It's going to be about a strip club. The other one here has like a Carousella, a controversial documentary on a group of striptease artists. 3 Bernard Braden interviews. So, again, some amazingly great stuff. Oh, is chat? How can I see if chat is off on my end? Because people are chatting. I'm feeling so awkward right now because chat isn't coming on for me. So I'm going to kind of go in and come out, and hopefully it's not going to stop the video because I won't restart it. Okay. There we go. I apologize. I can see it now. Apparently, when I put this on, I did not notice that I did this. I've been feeling like an idiot. Hey there, Shavit. Thank you, Andy, so much for sending me that message. By the way, I owe you. Because I had no idea. Hey, Ben. Now I can see you guys. I can see it now. I've been going on for the last 24 minutes. You sent me a message on Twitter. Oh, that's what I was trying to get to. Okay. So did anybody have any questions about any of the films that I showed them so far? I won't go through them again, but what I'll do is I'll just flash them up type of thing. So there were the Mondo releases, London in the Raw and Primitive London. I have more stuff to show. I bet that is a fantastic film. It is. It's most of the films because you're elsewhere. Welcome back, Wolf. The one that I can't pronounce, but it actually is a really good film. Sleepwalker, which is more of a kind of a short horror film, but I actually really like this one. One that I have to cover because there's nudity all over it. The Successive Slidings of Pleasure. If you're familiar, if you like Elaine, Rob, Grill. I don't know if I'm getting that right. Then definitely check it out. Dead of Night, which is an anthology series. Only 3 episodes survived. They're all here. The one that I always recommend to people. Yeah, the Sleepwalker cover art is amazing. I don't have the BFI release of Night to Remember. Out of Premature is amazing. The Unknown series. I don't have that one. But I do have the Criterion Night to Remember, because that is a favorite of mine. It's the only Titanic movie that I actually want to watch. Deep End. Oh, I'll definitely agree with that one. I have the Criterion for the Night to Remember. It was the very first Criterion I ever bought. Deep End. This one here, strongly, like, recommend this. Oh, it's definitely better than Titanic. Night to Remember is just incredible. The Devils, I think, if you like this style of film, you definitely should have it. It's a really good release of that film. The best release so far that we got. Yeah, both me and Javad agree that Deep End is an amazing film. La Belle et la Bête. Dana Dore is actually, yeah, I really like Dana Dore. She's kind of unheralded. I got 2 releases, Rashomon and Seven Samurai. Those are 2 good releases, those Calder. Got to have a bit of Ken Russell in there. I'm a huge Ken Russell fan. Band Apart, because good art, and that's one of Goodhart's best for me. Honor Blackman, Night to Remember? Yeah, I think so. You have not seen Deep End? Don't look it up, Andy. Get it sometime. Like, actually get it and watch it. The Incident with Martin Sheen. I think I have. You know what? It's been a lot. If it's what I'm thinking, it's an older film, right? So it's been a long time. Bill Forsyth, That Sinking Feeling. It really doesn't give you like a good... but it's like kind of a working class style, like a comedy. The chat's back up, Corey. Did everybody here see that amazing looking cover for the New York Ripper coming from Blue Underground? Because welcome back. Because Martin Sheen does some really creepy stuff. I mean, like, remember him from The Little Girl Who Lived Down the Lane? If you haven't seen that movie, he's super creepy in that one. That cover, sure. Like, I've got like 4 different versions of the New York Ripper in my collection right now. But there is no way in hell I am not grabbing that edition of New York Ripper. Yeah, as Corey said, that cover looks sick. It looks badass. And is that going to be lenticular like the other ones? Because I really liked what they're going with. I saw the CD thing there. So there's going to have the, you made the right decision. Yeah, it'll be priced. Now, see, when I bought them at Bay Street, I think they're in like the $30-something range, which I think is a really good price for those because they were like 40 or 50 in most places I saw them. Oh, Night Mail, which is a documentary, and of course, Trans Europe Express. Again, one you don't watch for the kiddies because tons of nudity. $30 US. That's not bad at all. I mean, like, people complain about some of the prices, but some of the prices that I pay for films, like, I pay like $30 to $40 US anytime I want to buy a Criterion release. These are like exactly what they're like 3 disc editions. You're getting a soundtrack. Like Zombie, I think Zombie might have been like $34, $37, something like that in Canadian dollars, no less. It's got the lenticular cover. You got like the fantastic like edition with all these features. You get like a CD, a soundtrack of the films as well. I don't know. I don't think I've got any Banal films, to be honest with you, like as in box sets, or. But I do think I have some Truffaut, but I can't remember right now. Fair with the documentary, really? Yeah, I have seen the film. Thanks for describing it. It's been a long time, but I have seen it, and I did like it. I like Martin Sheen. I like pretty much anything that Martin Sheen's in. Next up, Night in the City. That reminds me, I do have a BFI box set here, but not... Hold on. This is a fantastic film, by the way. this is a film noir that should be in everybody's film noir collection. This edition here has like a brand new restoration. Basically, it has both cuts of the film. We got the unseen British version of the film. We got the U.S. version of the film. There's a 72-minute interview with Richard Woodmark on here. A 52-minute interview with Jules Dassin. It's an audio interview, one of the Guardian lectures. I love these Guardian lectures. If you have not checked out the Guardian lectures, like that indicator puts out, definitely check them out. Now I do have one BFI box set. I realized, kind of forgot it. You guys actually reminded me. I like Uzo. He's not somebody you can watch all the time. Not for me anyway. Like some people probably could. You could release 1, 2, 3. Oh, really? I'm trying to think of what I would want to get a release. This one came out definitely pre High and Low is amazing. That's the one about the TV set, right? I want to make sure I get it right. That's the one about the TV set. High and Low. Well, overall, it is about the television set, right? I'm pretty sure that's the one. Uzo is a character director. Holy crap, that is incredible. So I have this one here. This is the Jacques Tati collection, the BFI set. This came out so that's an amazing noir. I got that in my Fox set, actually, one of my Fox ones. 1, 2, 3 is add to the wish. So this is the Jacques Tati collection. Everybody's seen the Criterion one that came out. This came out pre-Criterion. What is it like? Basically, oh, okay, yeah. What am I thinking of then? Because you said Uzo, and I thought, okay, there's an Uzo film with these kids and a TV. Anyway, so this has Jour de Fée. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Uzo film. I'm getting confused. And these are all like definitely really well done, well put together. Some of these have like features on them, like trailers, interviews, that type of thing. Good morning. Thank you. That's what I'm thinking about. And there's like a Jacques Tati collection book in here as well. I won't go through all the films that are in here, but you guys have some great suggestions tonight. But I'm a huge Jacques Tati fan, so I actually want to talk more about some of this stuff here because I'm doing up a birthday wish list. I know that my better half is going to be concentrating on getting me like probably box sets and stuff like that. So that's normally what she goes with. Tati is good. Tati's really good. Fight for Your Life. Which one's that? I don't think I have that one. The Day the Earth Caught Fire. I think my dad recently picked that one up, Ben, actually. The Day the Earth Caught Fire. If it wasn't, I know he picked up in not too long ago. He's a fan of that one, actually. Box sets definitely mean more bang for your buck. I did I put like a top 8 list for her. So she said, nobody get anything that's on your top 8 list. So I got some Edgar Wallace stuff. A lot of these here aren't even open yet because I have seen these films before. It's just that I wanted to have like physical copies of them. Hey, John Steele, welcome, dude. I am getting into some network stuff, and then we're going to talk about some Vincent stuff. I'm going to talk about my birthday bit coming up because I'm a big kid. That's why. Not if you get the right ones. If you get like an indicator box set, you ain't getting less extras, man. You're getting, it's a wealth of extras. So first up is a Edgar Wallace one, and I'm a big fan of the Edgar Wallace stories. So we got like the Flying Squad here. This one has, it's Phyllis Brooks there and Sebastian Shaw. If you're a fan of the Edgar Wallace, like thrillers, mysteries, this, then you're probably going to like some of these there that I have. This is the Ringer. I see these are like £3. Eclipse or BFI, yeah. There's definitely a little bit of trade off there. This one here is the Terror. Don't you just love the way these are done? I gotta like open these up and like start watching these. Bernard Lee is in this one right here. So pre James Bond, a much younger Bernard Lee there. And these are such cool releases. Midnight Menace. Can Europe avoid Raw? What Raw? What kind of war? I totally read that backwards, man. War when there are bombs over London. Next up is kind of a neat one with Gene Nielsen called Time Slip. Dragon Wick's gonna be a good release. I've got like a DVD of Dragon. Did you like Coffee? That's one of my favorites. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Jab, but Coffee is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, like a Pam Grier film. The Naked City is a fantastic film. Okay, this is kind of weird because I read up on this one because I wanted to watch it, and I didn't know I owned it. She is super hot. She is on that Google Doc list, and that is Victim 5. I actually was reading on this movie last night, and said, I got to pick this up one of these days. Did not know. Look, I forget with these thin cases that I have. Like, I have that release. We've got the Ghost Stories. I got to get that one, actually. Scotland Yard Mystery. Our Man of Marrakesh with Tony Randall and Terry Thomas is in. I'm a really big Terry Thomas fan. A Place for Everything and Everything in Its Place. Don't Bother to Knock with Richard Todd. Your First Crush was Pam Grier. She's definitely up there for me. I remember like Sybil Danning was a huge one for me early on. And of course, Horrors of the Black Museum. Everybody should own this film. It's really cool. I got to get Horrors of the Black Zoo. I'm not sure if that one's out. I had that one on VHS back in the day from Video Search Miami. Horrors of the Black Museum is also one that I had. Actually, it's not a bad like stack of networks right there. Barbara Bach. Everybody has great taste in their first crushes. My first crush was actually, my first crush was somebody that I knew, my little girlfriend at the time. But like early crushes were definitely like people like Pam Grier and Sybil Danning, people like that kind of stood out like that. When I was a kid, I think like Alyssa Milano and we were like around the same age, so I probably liked her back then too. Now I can't believe I got through 24 minutes of this without even actually knowing any of you guys were here. Daisy Duke. Yeah. Them Duke balls right again. I had everything in my head and what I planned to do. And then this happened. All right. So I didn't plan to make. I had planned to make a second video tonight. I just had planned for that part to take a little bit longer, so I could really kind of dive in. Daisy Duke is prime for Vinegar Syndrome. Did she do a one that would go for Vinegar Syndrome? Now, Ralph Knitsky, who made the incredible There's Nothing Out There, also made a movie that I got over there called The Hazing. And I'm going to be honest with you, I had forgotten that it was Knitsky that made The Hazing. And he actually put up on his Facebook page today that he would love to see somebody come and like do a special edition of The Hazing. And I said, well, Vinegar Syndrome did a great job, but There's Nothing Out There. But he said it's after the cutoff date for the movies that Vinegar Syndrome does. And I thought, well, maybe like The Hazing would be a decent Scream Factory release for sure. If they put like the work into it. And I'm sure he's got like stuff there, behind the scenes and all that type of stuff there. So if you've never seen The Hazing, that's a thought there as well as one to definitely check out. It's one that I would love to see like a special edition of. So if you want to see a special edition come out of Rolf Knitzky's The Hazing, because that's another one. Then definitely this is what I recommend. Think of the companies that you like Scream Factory, and probably not Co-Red. I don't think Co-Red would do it, but like companies like Scream Factory and people like that. Mention The Hazing. No, Hazing Special Edition, and tag me in it. Tag Rolf in it. I think he's on Twitter, and let's see if we can make the Hazing Special Edition happen in much the way that we got like some of these other cool special editions happen. And let's hope that it comes from a company that makes it readily accessible for everybody to get, because that's my biggest pet peeve with some companies. I'm trying to see. Now, you guys have gotten quiet, right? Because nothing is coming up on the screen right now. Just saying. Can somebody say something to make sure this thing here is still working? Because right now, I am super paranoid. Thank you. Have you seen the collector's edition of Night of the Creeps? Yeah, I did see the Night of the Creeps collector's edition. It's nice that there's a Tom Atkins doll out there, like action figure. Oh God, if I said doll, some people would kill me. But I'm not quite sure. I'm not sold on buying. I don't know what's going to be on it yet. Has it been released? I got like an edition of Night of the Creeps. I do want to upgrade it to Blu-ray. I got a DVD edition of it. But I don't think I need the NECA figure. May seem like sacrilege, but when I think of like things that I'm going to spend the extra money in, a Nightmare Castle, nice. Limited to the limited edition release. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, like when a company like Severin or Blue Underground or someone like that tells me that they're going to do like a one with the soundtrack. That brings me there. One of the things on my list is Blue Omega from Severin with the incredible like Goblin soundtrack. That those things I will go more for than say like an action figure, unless it's something that really stands out. I would have loved to have gotten the Silent Night, Deadly Night, or the Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 action figures, but they were a bit pricey. I was just really glad to have both those in my collection. A definitive Kurosawa box set, like the Bergman one, I agree. I think that ideally, that's the next step for Criterion. I think this Bergman set was a really great start. It was a really great way to test that market is still there. And again, tweet to Criterion and let them know that the Kurosawa set is the next mega edition that they would have to put out more, because it is going to be like, as I was shocked. I was shocked at how well the Bergman set sold. I'm not going to lie to you. Bergman is not an everybody type of thing, but it is a film connoisseurs type of thing. And I do want the Bergman set down the road. It's a high want for me. I knew I wasn't going to get it for my birthday because that was going to be a bit of an ask. But I, especially right now, because I got more time on my hands. Like if you guys watch earlier video, you know why. So that's going to be a bit leaner. So. But yeah, the Kurosawa set is definitely something that I think should be. Hey, B Movie Archives. I got to say, I did see a lot of your responses, like a lot of people's comments online. I got to like them, but I didn't really get a response to many yet. Thank you so much. I will try and respond to everybody's comments there that they wrote soon. And yeah, I right now laid off, not from position, but we're one road ends, another one starts. So that's your Berg Marathon. What I really like about it is they didn't just like take the movies and put them in a box set and then just put some stuff there. What they did, they took the movies, they put a book with them, they curated it like a movie marathon, and so that's a really special thing to do. I definitely want that set down the. Oh yeah, I know. But you're here now, dude. So right on. You came in for stream number 2. And we're going to be talking about we already talked about like some BFI stuff and some network stuff, but I want to get into like basically what we're doing right now is kind of a general talk about some of the stuff, some of the announcements and stuff that has happened over the last week. Arrow did a small sale for Valentine's Day. A lot of people thought it was going to be My Bloody Valentine and got very upset about it when it wasn't. I told you, Corey. But yeah, that was at least it was a sale. Did you really think I was ignoring you? Because I was talking, and I was like, "Wow, there's really nobody here." And like got 2 people like hit the thumbs up button. By the way, whenever you hit the thumbs up button, thank you so much for that. And I was like going through, and it was like I was taping something, but it was so awkward because I haven't been used to doing that in a while. I don't have that one yet. I haven't seen Apprentice of Murder in a long time, but I can tell you one thing, John. I really love anything that Donald Sutherland is in. I'm a huge Donald Sutherland fan. Him and Elliot Gould, both Canadian, both friends in real life. We're in match together. But Donald Sutherland's one of those actors. Like he can take any movie and he elevates it for me. Yeah, My Bloody Valentine does need a new release. I hope like Arrow or one of the big companies does it. I was asked earlier on what my favorite company was. But obviously, I bleed Vinegar Syndrome. But I do love so many companies out there like Severin. Huge fan of Arrow, of course. That's you can tell. And oh my God, there's so many. I'm getting into AGFA right now, and their stuff is really, really cool. I need more Renee Harmon in my collection. So when you Arrow Scream Factory doing My Bloody Valentine, I can see it happening. Initially, I can say this now because I didn't get to do it. I had planned to shoot some footage in Valentine's Bluff and kind of talk about My Bloody Valentine. Because as every one of you guys know already, I live next door to where the film was made. I actually drive through there quite often. So what I'm hoping for is I'm going to shoot some footage. I'm going to talk about My Bloody Valentine. So if any company wants to put out My Bloody Valentine, this dude here will have some footage shot ahead of time of it right now. So you want to talk about what it looks like now? I go through there on a daily basis, movie companies. Please let me know. I will gladly talk about My Bloody Valentine. I'll even try and find like some Moosehead beer to like drink if it's still around. Who wanted to charge you £60? I missed the first part of that story, Wolf. But yeah. So this is the one movie I live next to. Like they just recently made a horror film here in Sydney. Apparently, that got some sort of notice. Let me just see if I can find it for you guys really quickly. It's driving me. I can't type. I am so... That is not even a word. Not even a word. Oh, I hate that. Scalpers. I really, really hate scalpers. Gotta hit news because Sydney man's film receives U.S. distribution deal. This is what it is. I'm pretty sure this is it. So, a movie shot in Nova Scotia based on the Butterbox Baby story. Do you know that story, guys? Called The Child's Remains. It looks like it's going to be getting an actual release. Received 16 Best Feature prizes on the International Film Festival circuit. I got to look into this because it was a locally shot film. I know. I'm so pissed about Blood. I ordered the Blood Island collection when it was available. It sold. Even though people that bought it after me, and I know for a fact people that bought it after me got theirs. I didn't get mine. Hey, Tyler. Hey, that's one of the things, like, Warlock, you make me feel bad, man. Yeah, and sometimes I guess it's just luck of the draw. You messed out on too, the Blood Island set. I was really, really stoked to get it. I actually had a couple of the Blood Island ones that weren't in the set, like in my hands while I was in Bay Street Video. I didn't pick them up because I said, okay, I got the set. The set's going to come. It didn't come. What's the most expensive item in my collection? I don't. It's kind of hard to say because here's the thing. I'm not good at keeping up. Oh, the New York Ripper looks amazing. That with what goes out of print, and sometimes things like go like super high. I know I got like a Donald Duck Disney, like one of those Disney tins that's, you know, worth about $300 or $400, that type of thing. That Russ Meyer collection one, actually over there, the one you see, trust me, all you guys notice the Russ Meyer collection. That one actually has gotten a little pricey right now. There's a few different box sets that I got that are sold out. I think the Vincent Price one's sold out as well. I'm not sure if it's that pricey. The Beyond Rant, really? Well, Satanic and Pandemonia. Satanic and Pandemonia, here. Hold on. Was released on DVD. And this is it right here. So this is getting a Blu-ray release from, and this made people excited because that means that there's other DVD releases from Mondo Macabre that can now get Blu-ray releases that they're hoping for. Oh, it's not exactly an easy one to do. No, there's a lot of features on here. I don't know if there's any nudity, so I'm not turning it around, but it's got like interview with the writer, director, the featurette on nunsploitation movies is on here as well. A lot of really good stuff. Panic in the Streets. Do they still have the right to Panic in the Streets, John? Because that's one they haven't had in a while. I know they did lose the rights to a few movies that I would like to see them upgrade to on Blu-ray. Since we're over here, let's do that. Everybody wants to see this one on Blu-ray, Lady Terminator. If you've never seen Lady Terminator, it's super crazy, and it's a really, really fun film. And it's not at all what you think it's going to be. But the thing is that they've been asked about it, and they were told that we've been told that the rights, like the guy that holds the rights to that film, actually, he's not exactly the most forthcoming. I would like to see, let's see, maybe some of their. I would love to see a Blu-ray that don't open until Christmas, like just a really cool edition of this one, because this is a really good edition of the film. I would probably double dip on that. I'd also like to see more stuff by, bring it out here, by this guy here, which I think is really fun. Barry Prima. So, Barry Prima, they put out The Warrior, and they put out the Devil's Sword. I'm sure they could do like a kind of a Blu-ray double feature of those. I'd like to see more Barry Prima stuff. Lady Terminator Blu-ray release. I would like to see a Lady Terminator Blu-ray release. The Living Corpse was another one that was good. It was like kind of like a Pakistani, directed in Pakistan. Way better than you think would be, actually. And of course, things like, How to Seduce a Virgin, Sinner, The Secret Diary of an Nymphomaniac, and any of the Grease releases I would like to see. Coffin Joe. Oh, I love Coffin Joe, but I have no Coffin Joe in my collection. Not even one. I need more of that stuff. Do you guys mind when I move around? I've never asked that question. I really should. But I think it's just kind of fun to just walk to a different area of the library and just go into stuff. The DVD trilogy is expensive. The Coffin Joe one? Was it Synapse or Severin that put that out? Recently. I know there was an original release with the coffin and all that type of stuff. But that one's way beyond gone unless I really find it at a store. Synapse, thanks 4K. I knew you'd know. So basically, yeah, Synapse put out the trilogy. I saw one of the films at Bay Street, but I wanted to buy the trilogy, so I didn't grab it. When I walk around, that's something that I can do more often. Especially because it helps not to have to always go and grab. It's good to have some on here. A proper tour one day. Yeah, I can do that. I can definitely give you a proper tour. What I want to do is I want to give you guys a proper tour so that you guys can see whatever's changing. I would pair with Incubus from Vinegar Syndrome. You saw if you listen to the podcast that I was on, you probably know that. But you want to know what other Severin releases to get? Just give me a second to get my tea. Apologize. I'll go over to my Severin section. Okay, Juan. I've always been a fan of Severin, but over the last few months, I really become... Kathy's Curse is a perfect pairing. Kathy's Curse is a movie that was released in originally on a lot of low budget titles, companies like Mill Creek and stuff like that. But they always looked horrible. Now, however, you can get to see a kind of a really good version of Kathy's Curse. Now this is Kathy's Curse right here. You actually can buy a mask, a Kathy's Curse mask. They have some great features on there. If you've ever seen this movie before, on any of the budget releases, this is going to really blow your mind because it looks amazing. There's 2 cuts of the film on here. The director's cut. There's an alternate US cut as well. We got a bunch of features on here. If you're a fan of any of the style stuff that I am, if you're a fan of the Italian stuff, I really do recommend. It's a little slow in the first going, but absurd. So if you've never seen this movie, love this release. It's cool. It's got George. What's his name? George Eastman. Thank you. Absurd is Halloween 2. I'm not joking. It's pretty much Halloween 2. There's a huge hulking massive guy who at the beginning of the movie falls on a spiked fence, and as this priest played by I think Edward, what's his name? Edward. I'm gonna cheat because I know he was in Don't Open the Christmas. Edward Purdom. So yeah, it's kind of bloody. It's definitely a fun film. If you've seen Anthropophagus, the Grim Reaper, you've seen that film. This is good. I like Absurd. It's super cheesy. The ending for Absurd is awesome. Kathy's Curse, it's a possession film. It's kind of a possession film. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to put this thing too close to my face either, by the way. But definitely one to pick up. If you are okay with cannibal films, then... Okay, I got to cover this one. Emmanuel and the Last Cannibal. Actually, this is one of my favorite cannibal films. This doesn't have a lot of cannibalism in it. That's probably why. But you guys know I like the Emmanuel films. I'm actually very excited to get Emmanuel in America. And if you just like super bad cinema, then you got to pick up Zombie 3 with the soundtrack, of course, and Zombie 4. There's only 3,000 of these, and they both have like limited edition soundtracks with them. I love Severin stuff. I can talk about them forever. House on Haunted. House on Straw Hill. This one here. Every episode done an episode on double features themselves? Not really. But I usually just like say, okay, this movie should be double feature with this film. But that's actually a good idea. Has the Band the Sadist videos documentary on there. So this was only for the first 3,000 copies, but I think it's still available because this didn't. I don't think this sold as well as they wanted it to, which is a shame because it's really, really good. I will always recommend The Devil's Honey, which is a Lucio Fulci film, but a very different Fulci film. It's not a gore film. It's more of a kind of like a character study, sadomasochistic type of film. Shocking Dark, otherwise known as Terminator 2, which came out before the actual Terminator 2. So there's like a ton of stuff that you can grab from there, from Severin. But if you want to get something to go with the Changeling, then the first suggestion is probably Write Kathy's Curse. I do recommend things like Absurd, or like try to grab one of theirs that has like a like Blue Omega. Blue Omega. What's it called again? It is freaky. It's a character-driven Bloodsucking Freaks. Bloodsucking Freaks, I don't have that from them, but I do have it from 88 Films. Vampire Lesbos is a really good one. I wouldn't pair it with the Changeling. But no problem. Anytime, man. Anytime. Well, when I was starting out, it was always neat to go online or to watch videos or talk to other people that had had bigger collections on stuff, or just had a few things that I was kind of interested in. That way, it kind of gave me like a guide that I could go by. I see there's like a conversation on Halloween 3 going on. I'm totally missing out on this. Did somebody not like Halloween 3? It was a movie that wasn't liked back in the day, but it's gained more of a cult following now. I do like Halloween 3. I kind of wonder what that alternate universe would be if Halloween 3 would have been successful and we would have got all those those anthology of different films. Oh, you hated Halloween 3? Man, it's got Tom Atkins. It's got the stash. The stash is there. He's there to thrill you. But it's very different. I mean, like, take it as a Halloween film. I guess I can understand how some people won't like it. Like, every film's not for everybody. I personally really enjoyed Halloween 3. I'm a huge fan of Nigel O'Neill, so that actually does help, I think. So if you've ever watched the Quatermass films, for instance, that's the guy that wrote Halloween 3. And for a lot of people, that's exactly it, because Michael isn't in it. If you just call it Season of the Witch, though, you just take the Halloween moniker off it and you just call it Season of the Witch. But for me, Halloween 3 is more of kind of it's almost got, and this is not a knock on it, $79. It is a really good price, $79 for that thing. I wish I had it. But if you found it like a comedy, it's darker. I mean, there are comedic aspects, but what I would say is Halloween 3, and this is very, it should be just a Nigel O'Neill story, but unfortunately, what happened is that they thought some of his stuff was too nihilistic, was too dark, and they didn't, and it's a fairly dark film, but it kind of skirts it a bit. but you know, at the end of the day, it's really dark. And yes, buy it and send it to me. My birthday's coming up. I'm joking. Buy it for yourself. You don't have it, dude. But I would it's Claudio Fragassi. That, you know, they're got to get it out of the way. Halloween 3 is very, very much Claudio Fragassi. If you watch Italian cinema, horror films, you know Claudio Fragassi is. Claudio Fragassi is a writer-director, I guess most infamously known for Troll 2. But he wrote a lot of like films. Like he wrote like Bruno Mattei's Rats and Terror, stuff like that. All this stuff is really downbeat ending, right? And obviously Halloween 3, very downbeat ending. From the first time I saw that film, I guess I'm a bit of an Italian horror geek. I thought, wow, that's got a really Claudio Fragassi feel to it at the end. I think I may be the only person that will ever say that, but I did. I really did like look at it and say, wow, that's dark. That's a dark ending. That's a Fragasso ending. That's what that is. There's my love of Italian cinema coming through. Pieces, Tenebrae, and Four Flies in Grey Velvet. Tenebrae is my favorite, hands down. Contamination is a great alien ripoff. It's a fantastic film. I love that movie. Giallos. I've done a few videos on Giallos. I can once I'm going to be diving into the Severin set. I just watched actually All the Colors of the Dark. Awesome. Batshit crazy, but awesome. Oh, the soundtrack on Tenebrae is so amazing. All right, Shameless. Shameless is a company that is known for Italian horror. Shameless is a company that I bought a lot of when I spent some time in London. This is Shameless. As you can see right here, if you get a lot of the earlier releases, they actually spell out the word Shameless on the spines. Shameless New York Ripper, it's got a couple sequences cut out of it because it's the UK release. I do recommend, if you don't have it, Four Flies in Grey Velvet. I've got their edition of New York Ripper here, actually. I got it on Blu-ray and DVD. I'll show you the Shameless edition. Right here. I got to be careful with some of the Shameless releases because the things that they do have them like... now, the ones I just showed you right there, Juan, those are both Blu-rays. Shameless does a lot of DVDs, though, but they do a lot of really quality DVD stuff. So I'm going to show you some DVD stuff as well that Shameless did that I kind of recommend, right? I kind of think there's going to be a new release of Four Flies because Shameless now is being, you know, their stuff is being curated by Arrow Video. Some neat stuff with Shameless. Shameless put out The Washing Machine, which is an underrated Giallo by Gregorio Diodato. Watch Me When I Kill. It's a fantastic film. Hey, Film Schlock. And I definitely recommend this one. Isn't this a neat kind of cover, too? So this is kind of like a tin cover. I got to be careful. I got to be very careful with their releases. Shameless. You know that whole big like thing that started right now? Actually, I didn't mind the only other version of Four Flies that I ever saw had a horrible transfer. So I thought this was revolutionary compared to what I've seen. And at this point, is it the best? Is it like an Arrow, Deep Red, or anything like that? It's not. But is it a really good film with a definitely watchable? Yeah, it actually is. So they did a lot of these here. Let's see if I can find one. Releases that are made to look like kind of VHS cases, long before they were done by other companies. They put out this one here, the Sexploitation set. The neat thing is this is the slipcover. If you take the slipcover off, the girls are nude underneath. Another one of their big box setty type ones that they did was they did the Bronx Warriors trilogy. Now they are out for with Blu-ray on Blue Underground, but I would not, for the life of me, ever part with my edition of the Bronx. Hey, Michael, how's it going, man? I would not part with this one. Look at this, man. This is the way I want to see my Bronx Warriors trilogy. They are super creative with the stuff they do, and they're very tongue-in-cheek. So some of the releases, alrighty, that you see, are going to be like, let's get down here. So we got things like Killer Nun, Torso, of course, the fantastic film by them. There's been, of course, Arrow editions, that one to get. But I recommend things like Night Train Murders. If you haven't seen that one, definitely check that one out. It's kind of like, you know, The Last House on the Left style of film in Italian. The Cat's Victims is the other title for Watch Me When I Kill. Strip Nude for Your Killer, Andre Bianchi, definitely recommend that one. What Have They Done to Your Daughters is a great film. Things like, Don't Torture Duckling, I got their edition of that as well. Amsterdam, which I do want to upgrade down the road. One that I really like is The House with Laughing Windows. Oh, it is definitely a superior release. Now, here's the one I recommend, but it's Strange, The Sister of Ursula. Very different. Highly sexual. Don't watch this with any kids or parents type of thing around. I really want that release of Horror Express. I'm a huge fan of Horror Express. And probably one of the greatest Edwidge Fenech films ever, and I got to cover it up, is The Strange Vices of Mrs. Ward. A highly unsung Sergio Martino film that deserves to be re-seen, re-looked at. Oh, she was super hot. I got her t-shirt with her on it now. The Church is here, of course. This is their edition of gotta cover all the colors of the dark. I now have the Shameless and the Severin edition of it. Severin edition is the superior edition to get for that one. You know, bar none. And in a not Giallo type way, but I really love this one, is Contraband. Like that? You guys getting a little tickler on that one? It's a Lucio Fulci film. It's not a horror film, but it's gory as hell, and a great death. Actually, one of the great death scenes. Kind of great gore scenes in that one. The Church. Actually, I got The Church here as well. I do apologize. I love their edition of The Church. And of course, they put, like, if you want to get a couple of the releases, there's their release of Deodato. They got Deodato Cinema Death and Cannibal Holocaust, House on the Edge of the Park, and Phantom of Death. Sect is fun. I like the Sect. I mean, it's definitely different, but I enjoy it. I'm actually a really big fan of that. But when it comes to Giallo, there's a lot of great Giallo that is out there. A lot of that stuff that I recommend. 88 Films put out this one here called The Bloodstained Shadow. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend this. It's a great Giallo. It's not overly sleazy, actually. It's one of those like kind of more thinking Giallos. Well done. Great reveal for the killer. Points if you guessed that. I don't have Morte Delamore. It's on my wish list, John, actually. That's on the birthday wish. I gotta put that on the birthday wish list. I don't have Morte Delamore, and it's a movie that I liked a lot. I'm trying to think now. Some just random Giallos I can show you guys. Lizard and Woman's Skin. Grab this one. Mondo Macabro. If you don't have it, this one. This is a must. Not even like, not joking. This is one. everybody should have in their collection. Lizard and Mumskin's amazing. But I'm over here, so I'm trying to think Giallo. I'm trying to do my due diligence. You know, the green case. Actually, it didn't come with the green case. That was gifted to me by someone, and the green case was their kind of way to kind of make it a little bit different. So the green case, a lizard, right? So yeah. Perfume of the one in black. I don't think I have that one. I'm just going over to my Arrow stuff here, try to see if there's a couple here that actually kind of like stand out. God, there's so much Arrow stuff. And like a lot of the Bavis stuff, when you're looking at stuff like definitely The Girl Who Knew Too Much. I think that one's underrated. It's very tame compared to like the later slashers. Sorry, later Giallos. It's considered like the first Giallo. Fern in the Balkan is amazing. And everything that she's in. I love her. She's on the Google Doc list as well. Thank you very much. But also, you know, Edwidge Fenech is my queen when it comes to that stuff. Royal Flash, she was actually. What time is it where I'm at? Right now, it is now 1:40. But I normally have decaffeinated tea before I go to sleep, but because it's the weekend and I wanted to make a video for you guys, I wanted to really do it. This is my first caffeinated tea. AM. It's like a 1:40 AM. But I actually took caffeinated tea tonight so I could actually stay awake to talk to you guys and make this video. I was slightly iffy on don't torture duckling. There's color cases and clear ones. Yeah, I gotta agree. Film shock. I get sucked in by that. Severin's black cases are incredible for 11 p.m. Yeah, you're like totally the opposite, aren't you? I appreciate the fact that you guys came in here, you know, on a Friday night to actually to hang with the rest of us here and talk. So that's you know, without you guys, this, like, obviously, as you saw with the first 24 minutes, I just be a person talking to. Do I know the blonde is in Don't Torture a Duckling? Yeah, that's killing me. She looks like a Giallo queen. Don't torture. What is her name again? I'm gonna look it up on IMDb. I'm not gonna lie to you. Jay started streaming. That reminds me. Oh, yeah, that's right. When I watch the Sartana movies, then we can do that. Barbara Bach. Is that Barbara Bach? Oh, thank you. Somebody's faster, and I think you're right. That is Barbara Bach, isn't it? The Suckling from 88 Films recently. It has a black case. They do a few different ones like that. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what it's like when you guys see how important you guys are in the whole. Watch. I will watch them. I love the Sartana films. I just want to like see them. See, I definitely have, because I was like, did they all forget me? Do they not like me anymore? It was different. It was difficult. But it also reminds me, I hate like just Barb Boucher, guys. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's right, because Barb Boucher is the girl in The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. Same actress. She's got gorgeous, like really kind of really blue eyes. If it's the girl I'm thinking about, I think it is. There's one for you. If you don't have it, there's a set. I think it's called Deadly Dames. It's got The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, and what's the other one, guys? And The Red Queen Kills 7 Times is a very young Silva Danning in it, by the way, as well. So I do recommend that one. Spartans films. Not a big Western fan, but thought Spartans. I hope Sartana films. You will like the Sartana films. They're really fun. They're different. They're not your traditional westerns. They're more of like your the spaghetti westerns. They're more, they're more violent. They're more fun. You got like Klaus Kinski, a couple of these. Great features on these sets, by the way. I researched it before I before I got it. I didn't think I was going to get it. I thought maybe I couldn't find it for me, if you guys remember correctly. I actually was bummed out that because of the postal strike, but she managed to get it for me. But I do recommend the Sartana set. There's a lot of features on it, a lot of great stuff. The scene, it was a different role for her too. I mean, when you really think, it's, there was it her who played the kind of the strange character, like almost like the she was probably, I got Caliber 9 here somewhere. It's part of my Fernando Del Leo collection that I got from Raro. Caliber 9. Jack the Junkie for one film. Do you prefer? Is that? I might actually. Actually, I didn't know she was in Star Trek. That I will be honest with. And I got all the Star Trek here. I got the original 3 seasons on Blu-ray and DVD actually, because I had to upgrade because I'm a Trekkie, right? Some people were in different camps. Like, I like Star Wars, I like Star Trek. I like them both, but I'm more track oriented because with Star Trek, you could the Black Label. I don't have any of the Black Labels so far. I hear great stuff with the Black Label series. I got some Red Label stuff, but I haven't yet got any of the Black Label stuff. You guys know I did the video here about 101 Films. I'm a huge fan of their stuff. I don't quite get the context of Casino Royale, Miss Moneypenny. She's gorgeous, but was Barbara Boucher Miss Moneypenny in the Casino Royale, actually in the first one? Because that I also didn't know. If that's the case, that I also didn't know. Okay, you lost me for a second, man. But yeah, unfortunately she couldn't be like Barbara Boucher, our Giallo queen, in that. When you think of Giallo, there's people that you look towards. You look for Barbara Boucher. You look for Susie Kendall, Edwidge Fenech, from the Balkan. Oh, thanks for coming in, Corey. Even if you had to just listen to me going on for 20 minutes without hitting, without any feedback. Feedback's important. See how important feedback is. Have a great evening there, and keep doing your music, man. Keep doing what makes you happy. But yeah, those are the ones that come to mind right away when it comes to the Giallo stuff. Also, of course, God, what's the name of the girl? It's killing me now. What do you mean, the aesthetic? You mean the look of the films themselves, or the way that was done? Oh, you're going to Wolf too? Talk to you later, man, and have a great evening there. I shall probably cut it a little short fairly soon if people are need to go out or to do other things. We are from Suspiria. Are we talking about Jessica Harper, who I adore to this day? I think she's utterly gorgeous. Or of course Barbara Magnolfi, who was definitely a scene stealer in every scene that she was in. Just because it's fine. I tell you one thing, I grabbed they were super cheap and really good, and I love having the 101 films with the label and that on my collection. And there are certain ones there that I will upgrade to others, but I would definitely have a 101 films collection. I really appreciate the work that they put into it. But I am going to be getting the MVD Rewind collection of edition of Double Dragon after watching it. Had a lot of fun with that. Roller coaster sold out. Damn. Will they be getting that one back in, or is it limited? Because I'm hoping that they get it back in. The Grifters is the one that I want most from the 101 Films Black Label. That's that I can think of. I can't remember which the Black Label editions that are out right now. the Grifters is probably one that you just called her, but that's actually it's got a bit of a personal like feel for me. The Grifters is one that I really like, and how can you beat that opening sequence with Annette Bening on the and the Rent? Annette Bening in the Rent scene on the Grifters. So just wow. Oh, just wow. Google Oculus. I'm hoping to do a video in the near future. Angelica Houston, she was the mom. I haven't seen. I've seen like pictures of the German release. I'll be honest with you. I don't have any like German releases of anything. They do put out some really nice stuff, and I've seen like sets that honestly look like board games. I'm holding out for a UK release of the Hitcher. Maybe something like something along the lines of Arrow putting it out. But because it's hard, like for me to like Diabolique is going to cost me a bit. That's where I'd have to go through to get like kind of the German releases. But yeah, so I'm gonna be like doing like one on like some like unheralded directors with some that had, you know, checkered bad past type of thing. And not, I got Letterboxd, but I really never use it. I don't really have time yet, but I hope to do it. But I'm gonna get into this Andy Milligan one. There's another Andy Milligan coming out now from Vinegar Syndrome as for their March release, and that's Fleshpot, I think. They do well. There's amazing stuff. Like I look at the German stuff, and I'm like, why can't this be in English? Like the Psycho set that they put out, for instance, looked incredible. If I could read German, man, I would have some of that stuff. Because the thing with me is when I get something like that, to get something that big, I want to be able to, like, if I take a book out of a set and I can't read it, I'm going to be pissed. I want to read that stuff. So that's on me to actually learn German so I can actually do that. German is one of the easier languages to learn if you actually know, if you're English speaking. But this is one of the ones I'm looking at soon. The ghastly one, Seeds of Sin. I'm thinking tonight I'm going to watch The Unnameable, which I haven't seen in years, so I'm hoping that's going to stand the test of time. I am definitely after the Road Games release. Road Games is one of those movies that stuck with me. Road Games has been on my wish list for a long time. I have no edition of Road Games. And as far as I know, Umbrella is the only company that put out like a Blu-ray edition. When I sleep early in the morning, actually, I'm like a vampire. Road Games was put out by Umbrella. They put out a really good edition of it. Oh, Ben, thank you so much for coming in, and see you there next time, and enjoy the food shopping. That's what I got to do tomorrow. Road Games is a great film, Andy. Road Games was done by Richard Franklin. Now, Richard Franklin is the guy who became famous for making Psycho 2. He, he had to do the undaunting task of taking over from Hitchcock with making Psycho 2. Now, he also made a little movie called Patrick, which was very well heralded, and they actually remade it not that long ago, maybe around a year or two ago. What's more interesting, though, is the semi-sequel that Italy did called Patrick Lives. I'll talk about that one in a future video. Duel's fantastic, but when it comes to Road Games, you got the Umbrella release. I want that Umbrella release so bad. It's Jamie Lee Curtis and Stacy. Oh, it's perfect. Jamie Lee Curtis and Stacy Keach. There is a killer in a truck that's killing women. And they kind of, it's kind of there's a bit of a cat and mouse with it. It's a very suspenseful film, really well done, right up to the last scare, and it does have that one last kind of jump scare, but it actually is really well done, and it's something that's mentioned earlier in the film that kind of pays off right at the end. So A very good film. I've yeah, Road Games. For years, like Fair Game was on my list. I got that one now. Thanks generously to James, actually. But Road Games, definitely worth checking out. And if you like the lovely Jamie Lee Curtis and say Stacy Keach with the dingo by his side, you're gonna like checking this one out. It's a fun film. Richard Franklin made a movie called Patrick, which was about a comatose guy by the name Patrick who had telekinetic powers, and it plays out as a slow burn. Giving away posters. Somebody order me Rogue. Something. Frog Dreaming was under another name originally, wasn't it, John? Because I didn't remember at first. When I saw Frog Dreaming, I was like, what's Frog Dreaming? And then there was an AKA, and I was like, oh, okay. I knew it like that. That's like when Scream Factory announced that they were putting out Dark Angel. I was like, the full moon film, which, Dark Angel the Ascent. But it was I Come in Peace. And I'd always heard of that film under the name I Come in Peace. I'd never heard of it under the name Dark Angel. So I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Does Scream Factory have a deal with Full Moon? Are Puppet Master movies coming next? Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But The Quest, yeah, perfect. That's what I know it under. Yes, I actually have the MGM DVD release. I think I do. If I don't, I used to. Frogs is one with Ray Milland. And it's kind of one of those fun little, like, there's a whole spurt of like nature attacks, basically echo horror films. If there's ever a time for people to start redoing the ecological horror films, right now is a great time. Because it is a very, very, ecology, not a great time for Mother Nature right now. And it's a scary time as a human due to that. I'm not going to go on what is for the Quest? Go Kids? I don't know the Go Kids title either. I just see Frog Dreaming. When people said Frog Dreaming, I had no idea, John. I'll be completely honest with you. I said, what the hell is Frog Dreaming? But The Quest I do know, and I did like that film. Hell Comes to Frogtown. My better half bought me like the limited edition Arrow one of that one. She paid a pretty penny for that one as well. And I think it was like right after my birthday, like because she got it for me for my birthday because I'm a huge Roddy Piper fan. I'm a wrestling fan from back in the early days, right? Long Week is a perfect example of that. They announced that they're coming out, like they were going to be coming out like as regular releases. Add a Frog Dream to your Amazon UK wish list. I got to do up a new wish list. I did up a couple for. I can't do it up now. My better half bought my birthday presents, and I'm not allowed to go on Amazon anymore, not till after my birthday, because if you buy from Amazon, then you know that you can put down like private or like secret for the list, right? And that's fantastic. That doesn't do jack though. If, for instance, I said, well, I want to check on the price today of one of the things on my birthday list. My birthday is March 31st, so it is coming up. And if you go to the Amazon page, it will say, because I know this because it happened at Christmas time to me, that's how I found out one of my Christmas presents by mistake. It says, you purchased this film on this date. So no matter if you put it on so if you're ordering something for somebody in your house, know that from Amazon, it will say you purchased this no matter if you put it on like secret or private or not. I am an Aries. I'm a proud Aries. I was almost born on April 1st, so it would have been the perfect. Hey, Dave Katana, welcome, dude. I would have been a perfect April Fool's joke. Oh, really? Your bro must be a special dude. But yeah, it will say you purchased. So I can't go on any of the Amazon sites until afterwards. So the ones. So remember if you guys were here for the last video, the indicator releases that those 3 indicator box sets were put on my wish list. I had 2 Kinos, like the Outer Limits series, on my wish list. On the cut, and I had a couple Scream Factories, like the Poison Ivy set and the Valentine one on my wish list, and I think Waterworld. So those were the ones where that she was like ones where she was choosing from. So Amazon banned exactly. So I think like some of the boxes, I'm going to get probably at least one of those indicators, and I'm hoping one of the Outer Limits sets, because Kino did a really good job on those. They put out a great booklet. I had your birthday on night. Hey, happy belated birthday, dude. I missed out on your birthday. How did I do that? We're like on like Instagram together. I'm sucking on social media now. I got to get back into this better. Wish John a happy belated birthday if you haven't wished him birthday. There you go. I'm sorry, he's ahead of me. Hopefully he had a good birthday. Wait a minute. Did I say happy birthday to you on Instagram? I feel like I did. Maybe I didn't, but I feel like I did. See, I feel like I said happy birthday to you. I normally do. Probably you and your better half on there, right? As I go through these Instagram models and movies and stuff to check out the great John Steele's stuff, which I gotta check out more often. John does some awesome stuff on Instagram, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen him. He gets all badass. I see you as one of the legit tough guys, man. Pretty sure I did, but in case I didn't, I'm gonna have that like hair song going through my head right now. You're Aquarius. So, but as you must know, as an Aries, I am the leader of the astrological signs. What movie am I going? I really don't know because I don't know what I'm getting. If I get the indicators, any of the indicator stuff, I'm probably gonna like dive into that. I'm not sure. Maybe Samuel Fuller or the last movie. Both of those are ones that I kind of want to dive into. If she goes with the Outer Limits stuff, I'm going to go to the second season first and start watching some of the featurettes because I know all the shows, so it's not like it's going to be spoiled for me. If she gets me the Poison Ivy stuff, there's really not a we shall all be number one. There's not like a lot of features on the Poison Ivy one, so I just like wait till later in the night and be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch some Poison Ivy now. Valentine I would dive into if I had it. That's a big one there. So those ones, like those are the ones that I think are gonna come from her and like gonna come from my mom. I'm gonna get at least like a large section of those. The ones that I don't think that I'm gonna get this year, there's a couple umbrella releases that I want. Road Games is high on the list. There's a few things like Berserk and Blue Collar from Indicator that are like high on the list that I want. I'm not quite sure what my dad's getting me. Stuff like that. I would those things I would dive into. I love like featurettes. I love interviews. So basically, if I get like an indicator or something like that, and they got like a Guardian lecture thing on there, I'm gonna probably watch the movie and listen to the Guardian lectures, before I go to bed, type of thing, or just as I'm going to sleep. I usually I'll listen to a podcast and commentaries. Commentaries are fantastic. Now if you got any indicator, I know you're on the last video there for the indicator stuff. They do like these Guardian lectures, and basically, you got like filmmakers and actors, and like they're really, it's kind of like where like they get on there and they just like start talking about their whole career. and it's fantastic to listen to something like that. Paul Schrader apparently did an amazing masterclass of cinema for Blue Collar, which I desperately need, because I am a movie like buff, a film lover, and I do like to study cinema. There's a couple of Vincents that are on my wish list. I think there's a lot of Vincents on my wish list. Really, everything. One of the small releases that I don't. The stuff that's hard to get around here. I was a little nervous about Code Red. I was worried that I'd heard that the I Blue Collar is hard to get for a good price now. It's such a good release too, man. Charlie Varick too. I got to get that one. Blue Collar, Charlie Varick, though, those. I would love to have more indicator, like regular editions, See No Evil, in my collection. I've only got 2. I've got like a lot of the box sets, as you can see right back there. That's almost every indicator box set except for like 3. But I really would like to have more like single indicator releases. But I was really worried about Code Red because Bill had an accident or got sick or something like that. That's what I heard. The ordered 5 box sets, dude. What like different box sets from different companies or 5 indicator box sets? What did you order? I'm actually really interested in knowing. I get excited hearing about other people's like orders as much as I do my own. Indicator. Okay, which ones did you grab? Did you order the Hammer ones? I don't have Flesh and Blood. I love the movie, but I don't have that one yet. That's I think Rutger Hauer. Hammer Volumes 1 to 3. Okay. And I'm going to guess the William Castle one. Oh, Sam Fuller, excellent one. That has great films and great features. And it's a huge upgrade from the Sony DVD release. And Castle Volume 1, perfect. All great stuff. I think you'll eventually order the Castle Volume 2. I just got a feeling. Though the Volume 1 is definitely the superior volume. I'm not even going to like BFI on that. Like it is. I'm going to guess you're already a fan of Sam Fuller, or you're into his stuff. But Sam Fuller is one of those guys that like one of those maverick directors, kind of did his own thing. Basically started writing in Hollywood, and didn't like what Hollywood was doing with his material. Said, I can do this better, and pretty much just said, I'm going to stay outside of the I'll stay outside the Hollywood system. I'll make my own films and make them the way that I want them made. I'll get them done right. He did that, and the Samuel Fuller box set, you got to know going in, is an evolution of Sam Fuller. Split Second, actually, I got the Split Second 101 edition, but I think there's actually another one too. You bought the Nemesis box set? That's all 4 of them on one. The MVD got them like put out like number 1 gets its own, and then 2, 3, 4 gets theirs, and 101 Films got their got for very cheap, got the Nemesis set. No, what I was saying with Sam Fuller anyway, before I go off track again, is the Sam Fuller box set. By the way, is a great case of an evolution of a writer to a filmmaker. Most of the films on the Sam Fuller set are written or co-written by Sam Fuller and directed by other people. The last 2 films on the set, probably one of the most shining, like in the set, Crimson Kimono, were actually directed by Samuel Fuller. And you will see the shift and the change, and it is really well done. I have the Sony DVD release of it, which is okay. It's definitely the Sony Classic DVD release of that, but with no features. And the Samuel Fuller set that they put out has amazing features. Actually, Part 5 is already out, I think. I think it was already made. Just, I don't want to compete with Jace. I love Jace. Tell Jace I said hi. Tell him as soon as I get through Sartana, we'll I'm going to have more free time now. I'm going to have more free time now. So I will actually get to see the Sertana ones. I want to watch them. My better half wants to watch them too. It's just getting our work schedules done at the same time so we can actually watch them together. That's it. Like I got the Critters boxes upstairs, and I kind of wanted to watch it. It's not your fault. After mine, I would love to, but well, you know what I'm doing after this stream? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't want to take away from Jace's stream, but I really like Jace. So with that being said, what I'll do is I'll let you guys go over and enjoy Jace's stream because he does some awesome stuff, and he's definitely a good friend of mine. So check out Jace's stream going on right now. I am Aaron. Thank you so much for coming in and staying, even with the first 24 awkward minutes. Oh, Jace, actually, he's from Australia, and he does a vault sale. What's the vault sale? Oh, I got to hear this. Sorry. And he does some great stuff. We did a video together, actually, on his channel about the James Bond franchise, which he's super uber knowledgeable on. And we're going to be doing a video in the future on westerns, which he loves as well. I got to check this out. So there's an 80 films vault collection. I'm going to. So 80 Films does this through Spotify. Thanks. Thank you. I actually really enjoyed this, even when I couldn't hear you guys. So yeah, the February Vault Madness. All 80 Films titles, only £7.99. I wonder if Hind would let me grab Student Bodies. I would really like to get Student Bodies. Street Trash, Dogs, and Creepazoids. Okay, I have to look at this tonight. Not everything's $7.99. Like if some of their old, like Body Melt's like on for £12.99. I love their Jackie Chan stuff. That looks really, really good. Thank you for letting me know about their releases, because I was unaware that there's a sale going on right now. If there was, we would have done like an 88 Films sale. How long is the sale going on for? Excluding Body Melt. There you go. I'm not quite sure how long this sale is going on for, but I can dive into my 88 Film stuff tomorrow to do like another and like look at this. Some of these are gone out already. So it says everything here is $7.99. So I got to go to the price to them. So it says Student Body. Delirium says $11.99, but I'm guessing that once you put it in your cart, it's going to get $7.99. So this is done for February, right? Is this all of February? Okay, tell you what, I will do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to like look into some other stuff, but I'm also going to do like I'll also dive into some 88 Film stuff as well, and we'll go into some other topics, and maybe we'll dive around the library a bit, and you guys ask questions on stuff. I'll go around and check out some of the other things. So if you guys like the moving about aspect of it. I gotta find a better way to do it though. I've got like this mount here, this tripod, but I would like to find a way that I could actually kind of get more maneuverability within this one, vault range only. So excellent. So everybody that came in, from Juan to John to Andy, yeah, that's it. Feel free to keep me on my toes, keep me going around, and my tea is gone, so I have got to go and let you guys need a GoPro. I wouldn't know how to do the GoPro thing, though. You know what? I would love to have a GoPro. I'll let you guys go to Jace's stream because he will be doing some awesome stuff. I am Aaron. You guys are the Film Club. You guys are awesome. As you guys saw from the first 20 minutes of this video, I could not do this without you guys. You guys rock. Sculder, Tyler, Juan, Everybody on here, you guys are fantastic. Warlock, thank you for keeping me company tonight. And Film Shock there, cheers. And have an awesome evening. Because go check out Jason's stream. He does awesome stuff. And tell him I sent you. Tell him I said hi, because more than likely I'm going to get tea and I'm going to go listen to some podcasts as